After a couple meh episodes, Star Wars Resistance returned this week with something much more engaging. In Rendezvous Point, Doza attempts to meet up with a Resistance pilot from his past. The story starts in the middle of a battle with the First Order, which was already a nice change of pace, just diving into the action. For your Battlestar Galactica / Star Wars Resistance connection of the week, that's just a very BSG way to kick things off. So many times would an episode begin with the fleet already in trouble and trying to solve a crisis. The Aces hold out as long as they can, but there's still no match for the First Order, and the Colossus is forced to retreat right as the pilot they were trying to meet shows up. She is then captured by the First Order and locked up for interrogation. Tam sees her and thinks she looks familiar, and oh, it's Tam! Go figure, the best episode in a while featured Tam. I've said before that Star Wars Resistance works better when the First Order is involved, but since Tam joined the First Order in Season 1, I think the show works best when she is around. Her struggle to find her place is the most interesting part of the series right now, and it's a shame she hasn't been around the past few episodes. Tam decides to sneak off and talk to the captured pilot, and we learn that she is Tora's mother and Doza's wife, Vanessa. She joined the Resistance 6 years ago when General Organa started it in the book Bloodline. We also learn that she was once a rebel pilot that convinced Doza to defect from the Empire, and it seems helping people see the error of their ways is just kind of her thing. She immediately recognizes Tam and tries to convince her that she is on the wrong side of the fight. Tam already seems to think she's made a mistake, but is too stubborn to admit it. Anytime Vanessa presses Tam on what she wants or what she hopes to get out of being with the First Order, all she can do is repeat empty lies and platitudes. Deep down, I think Tam knows she messed up, but she also hasn't forgiven Yeager or Kaz for their mistakes, so she's not ready to go home. She's turning into the Zuko of this show for me, someone who will probably continue to get chances to join the good guys again and again, but will reject them until the stakes are too high to ignore. I really appreciate that she has valid reasons to be angry with her friends. Even though we know her current position is wrong, we can at least understand it. Tam's little interrogation leads to her being taken hostage by Vanessa and her one-droid army, Torch. They stun her and make an explosive getaway, and Agent Tierney notes some weird behavior in Tam. Despite admitting the escape was her fault, Tierney doesn't sound overly upset and doesn't give out any major punishment like we'd expect from the First Order. I think Tam's connection to the Colossus is still getting her some special treatment. We know Commander Pyre wants her reconditioned, aka brainwashed, but the Colossus is important enough that Tierney wants to hold off because she thinks Tam will be more useful as herself. I wonder if there is even more to learn about the Colossus. At the end of Season 1, we got the reveal that it was a space station. Maybe there are more secrets to uncover that make it important to the First Order. Back on the platform, things moved a little slower. The Aces questioned Doza's judgment, putting them all in danger to meet with one pilot because none of them know who that pilot is. Tora takes offense, and Kaz learns that the Dozas all have a tradition of meeting once a year on her birthday. To make up for their behavior before, the Aces make her a birthday cake or something. She might not have her mother around to celebrate this year, but she still has her found family, and it's silly but very sweet. And in the final scene, she joins the captain in his office to watch a holo of Vanessa explaining why she has to join the Resistance. I like that both Captain Doza and Tora understand even though they miss her. I think all parents at one point or another have to do things their kids don't like, but they do what they think is best for their future. And they hug, and Tora celebrates that they still have each other. And again, it's very sweet, and I'm not crying, you're crying, shut up. So yeah, this was one of the better episodes of Season 2, focusing on the inner turmoil of Tam and Tora. Tam spends the whole story with Tora's mother and is reminded of the importance of family before ending the episode alone once again, where earlier that day her closest friend in the First Order nearly shot her. Tora doesn't get to see her mother at all on one of the most important days of the year to her, but she still ends her story surrounded by people who love and support her. It was just a really heartwarming episode. I don't know what else to say about it. Next week's episode is called The Vox Vortex 5000. With the Colossus running out of money, Hype takes the Aces to a race run by Vranky the Hutt. I'm guessing this one won't involve the First Order, but I do enjoy Hype and his shenanigans, so hopefully it's a fun time. Until then, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.